Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sagana Vavadu Sagana Punaktu Sakaviryan Karavavakai Tejasvina Vadidamastama Vitvishavavai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ ईशावास्यमिदं सर्वं यत्किञ्च जगत्यां जगते तेन तक्केन भुञ्जीता मा कृतः कस्य वित्तनम् कुर्वन्नेवेह कर्माणि जिजीविषे चदहुं समाह एवं त्वयि नान्यदेदो अस्ति न कर्म लिप्यते नरे असुर्या नाम ते लोक अन्धेन तमसा वृदा तां ते प्रेत्यभिगच्छन्ति एके च आत्महनो जनाः अनेजत् मनसो जवीयो नयनत् देवा आप्नुवन् पूर्वमर्चित् तत् धावतोऽन्यात्येति तिष्ठति तस्मिन्नपो मातरिष्वा तथाति ततेजति तन्नैजति तत् दूरे दत्वन्तिके तदन्तरस्य सर्वस्य तदु सर्वस्यास्य बाह्यतः यस्तु सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्मन्नेय अनुपश्यति सर्वभूतेषु भूतेषु च आत्मानं ततो न विजुगुप्सते यस्मिन् सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्मैवाभूत विजानतः तत्र को मोहः क शोकः एकत्वम् अनुपश्यतः. We saw up to the 7th, I think we saw up to the 8th verse. Sa paryaka shukram akayam avranam asnaviragum suttam apapavittam kavir manishi paribuhu swayambuhu yada tatyito arthan yeda shasvati pyasmapyah. Maybe I'll just touch the 8th verse again to close that. In the Isavasya Upanishad, Isavasya Midagam Sarvam is the first mantra that has given the knowledge needed for Kaivalyam, redemption. That is to see divinity in all. For that, you need to have Tena Tektena, sacrifice everything else that you see as your drishti, your srishti, your drishti. All the perceptions, all the possessions, you see divinity, therefore nothing belongs to me. I am none other than the Ishvara. The Ishvara Bhavam should come in, then I should focus on that Atma Shakti alone. Since I am not able to do that yet, because I am in the samsara, I like to keep that as my lakshya. Therefore, the second mantram came in, Kurvaneve Karmani. Let me be doing the karmas properly. Let me attain that liberation gradually. Karma Muktihi. The Jivan Mukti, I am not qualified yet. So let me attain the qualification and then attain the Karma Mukti. For Samanyas like us, the second mantra was that. The third mantra said, if you neither follow the first nor the second, then you are doomed in the darkness of the samsara. Even the punya karmas are not going to liberate you. Then from verse 4 onwards, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now the 8th, defines or not defines, give further explanation about the Atma. What is this Atma Tattvam? Just now we recited the Ramakarnamritam. He said, Sri Raghavam Dasharatmajam Aprameyam. You see so much of contradiction there. Sri Raghavam is a part of the Raghava Kula. Dasharatha Putram was born to Dasharatha. Like me, I born to my father, you born to your father. He born to Dasharatha. Then immediately next phrase is Aprameyam. That means what is born to Dasharatha is Ramachandra, Sri Raghavam, is Aprameyam. Prameyam means that you can perceive, you can sense, you can define with your senses. Aprameyam means that is beyond the senses. That means the Rama I worship is beyond my senses, but I see Rama as a statue. I got Rama as a Nama, I pronounce it. No, but you worship Ramam, which is the Atma Tattvam in Rama. It's not because he was Dasharatha's Putra, became Mahatma. Everything that is born with the Nama Rupam is on the Atma Tattvam. Therefore, I can say my father's name, Jam, Aprameyam. So I am also an Atma. I am also Sri Rama. If I don't say that with all humility, then I don't follow the Isavasya Upanishad. So that Atma Tattvam, which is the underlying consciousness, awareness, chit, the intelligent principle, the sentiency, which is in Rama, Krishna, Ramana, Mahatma Gandhi, in you, in me, exactly same. But why are we not as extreme as those great beings? Because we do not realize our true nature. To realize the true nature, we have no choice but to worship them so that their grace and our abhyasam remove the blemish that we have. Ajnana nivritti is therefore a medicine for us to realize our true nature. So in the 4, 5, 6, 7, in a typical of the Upanishad style, you do contradictory words, moving, not moving, sitting, not sitting, like this, we saw that inside, outside, we saw all that. And then in the 8th one, it completes it. What does it say? Samparyakat Shukram Akayam Avranam. Saha, that means that Atma, in the masculine center here, that Ishvara, that Atma. Please think, when I say Atma, it's not something else. It is you. It's I. So I am, you can say, Paryagat. I go everywhere. That means I am all pervasive. What is this I here? Not this body limited. What is illuminating in this body, this Atman, Atma Tattvam. I'm going to take that identity now, my true identity. Atma is omniscient. I'm everywhere. But then I have this body. Therefore it says, Shukram Akayam. Shukram is this subtle lightness in your thing, your awareness, your effulgence, your mind that is illuminating everything else, which is like a light, subtle, that akayam, that sukshma sariram. I'm not. This t-shirt is not me, I'm wearing it. Therefore, my sukshma sariram, my mind, intellectual complex is not me. Akayam. Avranam. Ranam means that can be split, that can be cut. The body, basically. Avranam, it cannot be cut. That means I am not this gross body. So in this mantra, it is concluding that you are not your mind. You are not this body, Avranam. Asnaviram. Naviram means woven by nerves. Asnaviram. It is not woven by nerves. It's not this body-mind complex. This is not this cross body. This is not the subtle body. Remember Tattva Bodha. Tattva Bodha, we said, the Chaitanyam, Nitya Shuddha Paripurnam, is dwelling on this body of three types. Three types of what? Gross nature, the gross body. Subtle nature, the subtle body, which is the antakaranams, the mind, and causal body. The causal body is not a body, but it is a placeholder for this concept. The reason why my reflection of my Atma is bound by this body-mind. Who makes this body-mind complex? To born as a child. Parents are very innocent. They have their physical relationship of love and intimacy using the excuse a jiva is embodied. It uses the gross matter of the parents, but then something else comes in, which is samskaras, takes the form of a fetus, and we are born. So therefore, this Chaitanyam in me, in you, the light, the awareness that you in me, is encased in a body of three types. The gross body, which is full of flesh and bone and blood and everything. A subtle body, which is the mind and the senses complex. And the reason for those two bodies, the causal body, the karna sariram, which is my samskaras. Samskaras are called blemish, malam, we call it. But that causes the samsara. It says, Atma is not this sukshma sariram. Atma is not the gross sthula sariram. Then also it says, Shuddham. It is very pure. What does it mean? If it is pure means it is not impure. That means it doesn't have blemish. What is a blemish? Blemish is the samskaras. That is the causal body. So the meaning we should take, this is why the dictionary meaning doesn't help. We need to go to the Vashyakara. So in one sentence, it concludes the Atma that is all pervading, even though it is indwelling in you and me, it is not this body, mind, intelligent, complex, or the causal body. Okay? Then what is it? Why it is? How can it be pure? Because it is apapa vittam. Vidya means that holds. Apapa means papa punya. It does not have any power, papam or punya. Why? If you do karma, you do papa punya. But karmas are to who? Karmas are to the jiva. So who is this jiva? I. Who is his atma? I. What is this? Am I two person? No, you're only one person. But you've forgotten the atma nature of you. You took a jiva bhavam. I am Raja. I am this man. I am this husband of this person. I kind of identity, I give it to an embodiment. That is jiva. See, always, the words are very confusing many times when you read a book. Sometimes they call it jiva, jivatma. So I'll give you this idea which I follow. Whenever I say jiva, it is the notional I. You and I think who I am, who you are, which is attached to the body. Jivatma is the true I, the Atma in it. Paramatma is the Atma of the Param, the whole holiness, Ishvara. So if you take that way, Jivatma is the Jiva Bhavam with the Atma Bodham. Bodham means knowledge, awareness. Atma Bodham is my true nature. When I take the Jiva with the Atma Bodham, I am a Jivatma. When I don't have the Atma, if I don't understand my true nature, I'm just a Jiva. I'm one of the Jiva Rasis, like a sheep, like a mouse, like a dog. Yeah. So here it says, that's the Atma. Now it is giving you, because we are going to the Saguna Brahma Upasana, it gives you another word, the second line. This Atma is Kavihi, Manishihi. Kavihi means what? Kavi means poet, right? Normally poet. It says poet because poet, the true poet, pours what the heart content is coming out. He does not wordsmith this. He's not imagining. Okay, that's also poetry, imagining, writing something. But if it just pours your experience into thing, that is kavihi. The rishis are kavihi. But here the meaning is different. Here kavihi means omniscient, one who knows everything. I can say Paramatma knows everything because he's all pervading. How is my Jivatma is knowing everything? How can I be a Sarvatma, Sarvajna? Because if I am holding Atma as I, the Atma in me is no different from Atma in you. So I know a few things, you know a few things, but Atma knows what you know and what I know. So Atma is Sarvatma. So if you take all the Jivarasis, in Atma is the same thing in everything. Therefore, Atma knows everything. That's why you should say Sarvatma. Sarvajnan means as a Jiva, you can never be a Sarvajnan. Nobody can be Sarvajnan because you are limited. But if you are holding to Atma Tattvam, then you become a Sarvajnan. So he is Kavihi, Sarvajnan. Manishihi. Manishihi means one who rules the mind. This is very important. Mind is called Antakaranam. Karanam means what? The root word kru means to do, action, karma. You are a karta. I am a karta. When I do an action, I am a karta. And to perform action, I need aids, instruments. The instruments are called karanam. So I have a hammer in my garage. So I need to go and nail it down. I take this hammer and hit it. Hammer doesn't tell me, hey, get up, hold me, hit the nail. No, it's just an inert instrument. I use it. Mind is Antakaranam. So what does it mean? That means it should be like a hammer. I need to use it. I must take the mind and say, yeah, I'll do it. I'll use you now. But it doesn't happen like this. Mind makes us do things. So the instrument becomes the instructor. But here it says, Manishiki, no, you are the Atma is the ruler. That's why it is able to give them the Chaitanya. Now, if I am identifying myself with Atma, am I the slave of mind or I am the ruler of the mind? I am the ruler of the mind. Because only if I rule the mind, I can use it to achieve what I want to achieve. Now, the technique of ruling the mind is what we learn through this sadhanas like Patanjali's Yoga Sastra, everything. Mind, don't forget, mind is the only instrument that we have that can give us redemption or put us in samsara. It's a double-edged sword. It can make it work for you, or it can doom you, depending on how you control it. Here it is giving an insight. Atma is Manishihi. It controls the mind. So if I say Aham, I am Atma, then my nature should be to control the mind. So I must think. In my mananam, I should think. I understand, but I'm not able to control the mind. But I have to kurvaneva karmani. I have to do all the work. Antakaranam, I need to use it. So what am I going to do to behave as if I am a Manishihi? See, it's going to tell you the clue for it. Paribuhu, paribuhu. Pari means all periphery, everything. Buhu, buhu means bhavati. That means it is omnipresent. See, it mixes the Shaguna Brahman and the Nirguna Brahman, but I think you have to understand how it is. Most important thing finally is Swayambhuhu. Swayambhuhu means what? It has no beginning. It is no end. It is by itself. You are by yourself. I am by myself. No, I came from my father and mother. No, you came from your father and mother taking this body. You will go leaving the body somewhere. You may go to another father and mother. But you are Swayambhu. So if you understand this, then Mrityu, the death is not our end. Death is a termination of the leasing contract to this body. So when you are leasing, when your lease is finished in a house, what do? You tie up everything, pack everything, discard things that you don't need to carry. You carry only what is useful to you, what will make you happy, and you look forward to the new dwelling. That's what we do. Now, you can't do it in the last minute. If it is going to be thrown out of the house today and early morning, I cannot start packing it. I'll be too late. I miss out things. So imagining that the leasehold will go anytime, I remind, packed everything. To make it easy to pack, what do? Less luggage, more comfort, make travel easy. So you discard things you don't need. Just keep what will make you happy. What about all the possession? Yeah. Tena tek tena. Let they be there. I'm not going to pack it. So I'm not worried about the stock market, all these things, but I'm going to worry about what is my samskara going to be? What is my pava punyam going to be? Then what he did was, the Ishvara said, Yada tat yadaha. Yada tat atah. So whoever needs to do whatever they need to do, arthan vayadadat. So he has given the resources and the dharma to all the manifestation. Who gave that? Here you must imagine is Ishvara. Because we're talking about Shaguna Brahman now. And how does he give that? Shashvadipyaha samapyaha. Samabhyaha. Samabhyaha is that Shashvatam, who is eternally living. For him, Ishvara has given all this. What does it mean is, he has given to the Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is the Brahma, the firstborn. To him, Ishvara gave whatever that everybody needs to do, that dharma. That means it is giving you the Srishti Tattva. This Atma, as a Paramatma, created the firstborn, so who is the Prajapatihi, Brahma, the Hiranyagarbha. To him, it gives all the paraphernalia, all these devatas. You do this, you do that. Oh, water, you be cool. Your heat, you be hot. Wind, may you blow. Stars, may you shine. So everything is set up and gave it to them, and Prajapati can rule it. Therefore, all this manifestation happen. So the whole Vedantam is in this one mantra. So with this, the Atma Vicharam of Isavasya Upanishad finishes. This is what Bhagavan elaborates in the last 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, as well as in the chapter 2. Now, that is great. But I know from the first mantra, I am not yet qualified for it yet. So I need to have a Kurvanneva Karmani. I must keep doing my job, what I am born for. And then the way I do my work, the way I behave, may I get the knowledge I need so that I can gradually attain liberation. This is comfortable, right? We all of us want mukti, but when the mukti comes and tells you, okay, come with me, we will say, oh, wait a minute, my daughter's to get married, my house needs to move. Can you just leave some money and go and come back to you? Because we are not ready to take up. So for us, it is going to tell you what you need to do. So from verse 9 to 14, 15 is going to talk about karma and upasana. In the Vedas are, there are 4 Vedas compiled by Vyasa. Content-wise, if you look at it, it's 2-part or 3 parts. 3 parts. The first part is Karma Kandam. Karma Kandam tells you, we are talking about the Vaidika karma, not the Pashu karma. What is Pashu karma means? What all Jivarasis do. Eat, sleep, procreate, worry from fear and all kind of stuff. No, all domestic stuff. Action that you do to achieve those needs, Pashu karma. Going, working, making money, buying food, cooking, eating, doing righteous way. You need that to be done in this world to live happily. So Veda says, you already know it. I'll give you a few hints. You go ahead and do it. I'm not going to dwell on it, but I'm going to tell you what you need to do in this world, especially as you're born as a human being. Certain karmas you do, by doing which you are able to enjoy better than this life, the next life. Now, if you don't believe in it, then you are out of it. If you believe in it, then you have to do the Vaidika karmas or Veda karmas. And that's what we are talking about here, karma. So whenever I say karma, don't think about your job and everything. They are also karma, but Laukika karma, we leave that. So the Veda karmas, the Karma Kandam explains Veda karmas in so many ways. Why is it doing this? It's doing it because it wants to do it. Because it's a play. But really look at it. If it is creating this world, manifesting this Jivarasis, creating things, they must be enjoyed. So Vedamata says, oh child, go and enjoy it. Until you come back and tell me this enjoyment is not that you need, then I will take you to a higher level. Kindergarten to primary school to secondary school to university. So Karma Kandam is giving you all this. Okay, I say kindergarten in that sense. In the empirical world, for those who are not following Veda Karma, the Karma is supreme knowledge. But once you go to the Veda Karma Upasana inquiry, then the karmas are the beginning of it. You do karmas. Karmas we do in, what is the, well, you need instrument, right? You need karanam. What karanams you need? Only 3 types of karanams you need. Your body, kayam, your words, your mouth, your speaking, walk, and your mind. Kayena vacha. You can only, all your action, if you look at it, you only use these 3, either by body or by mouth or writing, whatever the words you write, or words you speak, and the mind. You may have a doubt in your, why am I saying speaking and writing words, communication as a separate? Isn't it part of the body and mind? It is, but there is a reason for it, because as a child, when you are born, I'm just giving a, just for anecdote so that you appreciate what I'm saying. A child when is born, it has no physical understanding. It has nothing he can do. He can cry. The tone of the cry would tell the mother it needs milk or it needs pampers to be removed, changed. It knows everything. So it uses the walk as expression of a desire. So walk is itself is a separate karma. That's why kayena vacha. Physically one thing, because the words can reach many places. Kayam, the body cannot reach. I cannot come and do the work at your place because I'm virtually far away from you. But I can say a word which can hurt you at any distance. So we have 3 things: body, words, and the mind. But whatever you do with all these 3 are karmas. Remember that. But Vedas took a special case for the actions that you do with your mind alone. That's called Upasana. So what you do with your body and words or karmas, everything is karma. But here for the specific reason, we say that is karma. But if you do the karma in the mind alone, it is Upasana. Why the separation? Because body is with a gross body, Sthula Sariram. Mind is Sukshma Sariram. And mind we need to control. Therefore, if you want to control the mind, if you want to use the mind to elevate, you must understand the mind. If you want to understand the mind, you want to remove everything that is attached to the mind. But without mind, body cannot do. So when I do the physical action, when I speak something, mind is involved. That's fine. But when I do only by mind, what do I do only in mind? Dwelling in my thoughts. Therefore, your mind processing is what you need to study separately. That's why Patanjali came to help us. And if you use the mind to focus on things that you want to focus on. Do you remember that Patanjali Sutra we taught? Tatra pratyayam egadanata dhyanam. If you can recall. Tatra, that means where, that place, that object. Pratyayam. Pratyayam is what? Chitta vritti. Whatever is progressing, whatever is growing in your mind, that means all your thoughts. Ekadanata iti dhyana. If all your thoughts are streamlined on that, whichever that is, it could be a beautiful girl that you love, it could be the God, whatever. If you are putting all your thoughts on that only, that is dhyana. Of course, we use the word dhyana to only say if the object that you are contemplating is superior to you. You don't say, of course, if I love this jalebi I want to eat, and if I think only on jalebi, I'm doing dhyanam on jalebi, but you don't say dhyanam there. No, it's fine. So only for superior things. So I'm giving the context because the next three mantras are very challenging to appreciate, controversial in many cases, and even some of the lectures some people give may confuse you more because it can be interpreted differently. But if you understand the basis, then it is a easy walkthrough. Because I am not going to attain the Jivan Mukti at this stage, because I don't have the qualities, because I cannot be having the mind to see everything as Ishavasyam, I choose the other option right now to do karmas, kurvanneva karmani. Karmas means I must understand the karma karanams. That is vak, manas, and kayam. Therefore, then but the Rishi is going to tell you how you deal with this. So we take the next one now. Andam tamaha pravishanti ye avidyam upasate tato bhuya ivate tamo ya u vidyaya rataha. Remember that in the third mantra we say Asurya me, Asurya namate loka. If you are doing Bhava Punyam, you are going to the darkness of the world. So he is now bringing back the same thought. So it is also indication to you. It is now discussing the second mantra, second and third mantra, not the first one. Andam tamaha. Tamo means tamoguna, darkness. Andam. So very dense darkness. Pravishanti. You attain. You attain the darkness when the who avidyam upasate. Avidyam upasate. Avidyam. You have to spread the abhayam. Vidyam upasate. Avidyam upasate. Avidya means here ignorance. Upasate means contemplate on or apply or dwell or you celebrate. If you are celebrating, if you are worshipping, if you are following avidya, you will attain darkness. Okay. If you take a literal meaning, it's common sense. If I am just following ignorance, ignorance means not knowing or wrongly knowing, misconception, adhyanam, adhyasam, misconceived notions. If I follow, I go to darkness. Okay. I don't understand Tattvartham for this. Vachyartham is fine. That's fine. But the next line says, Tataha bhuya iva. Bhuya iva tataha. Tataha, that means that darkness. Bhuya iva. Even more than that darkness, te, that means those people, yahu, 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 yahu means that person who vidyahum rataha, vidyayam rataha. Rataha means relish, delights, enjoys. The meaning is therefore, those who enjoys vidya or knowledge attain even more dark place. I combine it together. If you worship, adore, celebrate, follow ignorance or avidya, you attain darkness. If you follow vidya, knowledge, you attain even more darkness. What is it? Complete nonsense for common sense. If I should not follow the ignorance, I should follow knowledge. It should give me a different results, which is better than that opposite of that. But it is giving more darkness. How do we understand this? So we need to take the Bhashyakara's help on this. Literally, if you look at it, this mantra, I mean, you can talk about 3 hours on it, because it's so pregnant with ideas. Psychologists who can go and dwell on it, on how the human behavior comes out of this. Give an example. For example, we've got a cognitive bias that we all have. What is cognitive bias? There is pre-wired ideas through nature and nurture, through samskaras and the way that you have been brought up, can have notions in you which will make you see things that you want to see, without you knowing it. It's called confirmation bias. Now you wear a green sari, or you bought a new car, green color car, and suddenly you travel, you see a lot of green color car coming. Hey, same color car I bought. It's because your mind, without you knowing, there's a confirmation bias. It looks for evidence to convince you that what you have in your notion is the right one. What is it? Is it ignorance or knowledge? It's a bias. It could be knowledge, it could be ignorance, it could be both. We don't know, depending on the context, but it is a bias. There's a self-esteem is another bias. You have a self-esteem. I will say, no, you can hurt me, but if you hurt me with words, I can't. If you touch my sweet spot, why? Because you have a little space there, which you identify it's my space. What happened? All these things will create your perception to change. So the line of ignorance or right or wrong is very blurred, because you are not able to use your instrument of knowledge to attain purity of thought, because mind is not pure. That's why we call it a fact. Fact is what your mind factorizes. Fact is not a truth. But you need some baseline, Therefore, the quote says, fact is what more than one mind can verify it. Therefore, there is a commonality of it. In an empirical world, that is fine. It is imperfect, but is sufficiently perfect. That's why fact is taken as truth, but it is not absolute truth. Because there's a mind involved. You need to be something which is apurusheya. Without the human mind, that something comes out. So, therefore, there is a contradiction in this. So you can do yukti pramanam, and I can argue that it is. So therefore, should I do it with my ignorance, any task, or should I do with my knowledge? To better understand, imagine a word which is missing here, but which is Bhaskara uses. It is eva, only. The first line says, if you only use ignorance, you will reach darkness. I'm just refining it for your understanding. If you only use knowledge, you use more darkness. Still conflict, but I refine the problem. In a problem solving, you don't find solution elsewhere. Problems are a pregnant mother. It is concealing the solution. When you define and redefine the problems, solution appears before you. So redefinition of problem is redefining the statement. So we say If you use ignorance only as your ways of living, you attain darkness. If you use your knowledge only as a way of life, you attain more darkness. Now, what comes to your mind? I put the word only. Therefore, the only is the cause of it. So should I therefore say you should work with both your ignorance and knowledge in this world? I get better things. That to do that, what do I need to know? I need to know what I know and what I do not know. You understand? So unless you are cognizant of the fact that this is what I know, take any subject for example. This is what I know. Drada buddhi on that. This is what I do not know. That means I would take my ignorance and my knowledge. What will make me now? It will make me as a person who is cognizant of the limitation of oneself. And therefore, when I do anything, I will know the result is due to my limited understanding of the subject and the misconception of it. Therefore, it will provoke me to go to the Guru to make my ignorance go away. Understand? So therefore, accepting avidya as the inherent bias, all-pervading thing, a hiranyagarbham, which is maya, darkness. Avidya is not bad. Avidya is a garbha. So the avidya I have, vidya, avidya, swarupini, ambal. Maya, all this, we are talking now about maya, about shakti. But it is very confusing always. But there's no choice. Now, we'll park this conversation somewhere, but we'll take Bhashyakara's explanation to give us clarity. There he says, well, this brings the context of it. This is about the karmas. So avidya means karmani. All the karmas you do with your sthula sariram. Kayena vacha. That is avidya. Why it's called avidya? We separate it from the mind, because mind is still undercurrent, but it is inert action. That is avidya. Because it is going to put you in samsara. Because when I do the action, I know I am the doer. When I get the benefit, I am the enjoyer. Kartutvam is there. Bhaktutvam is there. Therefore, it's avidya. Therefore, you substitute the meaning of the word avidya to be karmas. What karmas? Karmas, Vaidika karmas. How do you do that? With your mind, with your body and your words. What does it mean, therefore? The first line, all my karmas I do, Vaidika karmas I do, Yagyam I do, the Abhishekam I do, Rudra Paranam I do, Abhishekam I do, the bhajans I sing, the Sakashnama Paranam I do, are going to put me in darkness. This is even more daunting. This is completely shocking, and this is not what we came here for. But mind you, we are learning this Veda Yajnam we do, Shravana we do, is not at the bottom of the mountain. It is on the top of the peak. We are now not looking at this empirical world. We are looking at this spiritual height. the supreme height when we are there, where we are able to, we are going to now equate ourselves to Ishvara. Then what is this Swargam and all this Intrapadavi and all that is, what is this? All this is nonsense. So if I do this karmas, if I do this, I do coconuts every day, go and pray to the God with asking for things, I will get those things. But it is darkness. So all the karmas I do, Papa Punya karmas, why it is darkness? Why he uses the word darkness? I don't like the word darkness, you think. He says, of course, there is another supreme artham we can go. Darkness is also light. We don't go there. But here darkness is darkness. That means it's blinding. What is it? What it is blinding from what? I can see the darkness. I'm not blind, because blind cannot see anybody anything, right? I see darkness. That means I'm seeing it. That means it is not blind internal, is blind outside. But my internal thing is blind. I am not able to see who I am really is. So what does it mean? The first line, when you do the karmas, all the karmas, punya karmas, veda karmas, I do that and attain great benefit. What you do with, when you do a good karmas, you go to Pitrlokam. Pitrlokam is the world of the maids. You go there because you did all the good karmas. The Pitrloka, you rest. And then depending on your samskaras, you can decide which loga you go next. So it is a good place instead of dwelling back into the naragas. But it is called dark because it is blinding you away from your Atma Bodham. The ignorance is still lingering you, not to let you know who you really are. I'm not in this world. I am in this Swarga, in the Pitrloka. I'm trying to still go up as I, the false I. I'm still blinded because I have not got the Atma Jnanam. You understand? So the darkness is not darkness in this world's context, darkness in the spiritual context. You may be in a Swargas, having a Somabanam in your hand, watching Ramba and Urvashi dancing. You are still blinded. Okay. What is Vidya then? If Vidya is karma, what is Vidya? Naturally, what we did in the avidya, what we allocated, the karmas of body and the words. What is the karma missing? Karma of the mind. Therefore, what is it we say? What do the mind is dhyanam or upasana. So here it talks about if you do upasana only, the only is that it replaces vidya with upasana. Upasana means worshipping in the mind, dhyanam, contemplating. See, manasyeva manushyanam bandha moksha karanam. Mind alone for the human being, the reason for bandha, entanglement, moksha, liberation. So mind, don't underestimate the mind. Mind makes us durlapam, narajanmam durlapam. We seldom understand the mind. We never take time to understand the mind. With the mind, you can achieve anything. You can entangle in the samsara forever, or you can liberate. So here he talks about the mind being used for karmas called upasana. We potentially maybe Lalita Parayana Japam in your mind, Dhyanam, Ishvara Dhyanam you delight in it, it also takes you to darkness, but more darkness. Now, what is this puzzle? At least it should take less darkness, right? Less penalty than the thing. It takes more darkness. The reason is there's a lot of insight. Upasana, that means your mind is focused on this. So, for example, I want to attain certain things. So somebody says, do this to the God, and you do this, pray this one, you do this mantra, recite 10 times, and do this prashnam 10 times, and you believe in it, and you do that as a karma, Veda karma. There's a very high chances, unless your prarabdha karma is inhibiting it, you would achieve it. It comes to you. But if you do this karma that you do physically in the mind all the time, your effect, your intensity of result is much higher. Because mind is not easy. You never focus the mind. No. Say there's something which I did not tell you, but probably it may be in your mind all the time. If it is not, it should have been. We come to these classes to learn Ramanama Japam and all this Parayanam, Saundari Lagari, slogans, recite. Here this man is telling me from Upanishad showing it goes to darkness. Why is this darkness? I understand, intellectually understand, but what is that? What I did not say, but what is implied, why you do this karma? Why you do this upasana? What you do is clear. This karma, this upasana. Why you do? It's an important question. The why you do will make you do how you do. Why you do? I do because I want to attain that which I don't have. I want to get rid of this disease. I want to be that person. So I look for things. It's called sakama karma, sakama upasana, or kamya karma, kamya upasana. Is there anything wrong? No, absolutely fine. But you understand, you do the action because you want that object. So your level of meditation, your level of doing action, karmas, are to attain a bhogam, a material benefit. What does material benefit means? A benefit that is not naturally within you, but you seek outside, that you do not have now. So when you do sakama karma, sa means with, kama means desire, sakamam or kamyam. So this mantra is therefore for doing meditation or doing karmas with a desire to achieve certain things. And if you do that, what you do, you go into the darkness. So you understand, this is very important to understand this difference between these two. Okay. How do you know this? The Upanishad says is that, how do you know it? The Rishi says, therefore, Anyate hur vidyaya, Anyata hur vidyaya, Idi sushma dhiranam, E nastat shire. Interesting one. Here it is telling you, one is dark, other one is more dark. But this is two different things. These two different things happen because you approach two different ways. Anyatu eva. A different kind of benefit only occurs to who? Vidyaya, following Vidya. Why? How do you know that? Ahuhu. Ahuhu means well said. Said by who? Said by Dhiranam. Second line. Idhi Sushma Dhiranam. Dhiras are who? Sages. Those who have realized souls. Dhira means Veera is valor, physical valor. Sura is one conqueror in a battle, the external object. Dhira. Dhira is one who wins one over. Jihad, the word in Islam, it says jihad. Conqueror. Jitendriya, one who conquers oneself. What is oneself? Here, this notional self of body and mind. Body you can find, you can conquer it. Mind, one who controls the mind. Manishihi. If you control the mind, if you become a dhira. So when you control the mind, you become a purity, then satyam is what your vachanam. Your vachanam is satyam. Whatever you say comes true. Sometime when you go to great acharyas and you do something and they say something, a blessing, and it happens, right? Then what do we say? Oh, he is very powerful. He's got a magic. He can think your mind. He gives you all that. If you go and sing to the acharya, he will be very humble and say, I don't even know I have this power. He doesn't know it. He's got the power. But it happens. Why? Because you have to remember Tattva Bodha and Patanjali Yoga Sudra, we say, when the mind becomes pure, the faculty of mind called buddhi becomes absolutely pure. And what the buddhi reflects the Atma, the Chaitanyam. It is Sat Buddhi. Sat means that is truth. So whatever comes in the mouth becomes truth. So the mind becomes purer, your words become truth. But all our minds are always pure. Only the rubbish is sitting on top of it. That's why, in our cultures, people normally say, Amen, the das too always there. If you say something bad, it may happen. So we say always speak the good thing. Because if somebody says that, maybe it comes out of that Sat Buddhi. It becomes true. So here we are talking about one who is full embodiment of Sat Buddhi, Dhiraha. So I have learned from Dhiras who said this. What they said, Sushruna Dhiranam Tat Visasakshire. That who has told that. Which Shakshire. Sakshir means who has actually seen and told. I have learned this. This is Rishis are saying. Very important insight. I'm going to close in a minute. Important insight here. Upanishad is saying that this sentence I made in the verse 9, that if you follow ignorance, you go into darkness. If you follow vidya, you go to darkness. And these two various paths of various ways is true because it is told to me by the dhiras who give me the knowledge. It means the gurus told me. So this is a mark of any good guru, any noble guru. The noble guru will say, I am telling you, no, they won't say. I am conveying to you what my guru has told me. So each guru will say, my guru, my guru, my guru. What it means is that it is not, it is apurushayam, it's anati. It is truth, it's Sanadanam, eternally fresh. So in the verse 10 is to a Shraddha mantram it is. You must take Shraddha in this. Of course, we argued technically why it is right. If you follow only avidya, you go to darkness. If you follow only knowledge, you go to greater darkness. You know, if you do something out of stupidity or out of innocence, and you get hurt, and you will say, "I really made a mistake. I didn't know it. It hurt me." So that hurt is little bit. But if you do something with the knowledge of that, and you failed and you achieved some bad results, your hurt will be much more. I know it, man. I know it. How the hell I did it? So the pain is more, right? That's how you took in a yukti pramanam. But apta vakyam is Vaidika karmas and upasanas. So what you have learned today is that for you and I, we are going to do karma and upasana. Neither karma alone nor upasana alone are going to remove the darkness. Therefore, we come to the conclusion, we must do karma and upasana together. Samuchyate. Karmopasana samuchyate. Bhagavan talks about it in 6th chapter. So many eloquently this explanation to these mantras. So we will see in the next class how we should do karma and upasana together, and then how we transcend to that one. I'll communicate through Balaji what's the next class is going to be, because I have to be in travel. We'll find a way to do it. We may need maybe maximum 3 classes. One for the next 3 verses, 12, 11, 12, 13, and then 14 to 18, we can do 1 class. So 2 classes, we finish the Isavasya Upanishad. Thank you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam
Om Purnamada Purnamidam
Purnat Purnamudachyate
Purnat Purnamudachyate
Purnasya Purnamataya
Purnasya
Purnamādāya
Purnamevavasishyate.
Purnamevāvasishyate.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om
Shanti,
Shanti
Shanti,
Shanti
Shanti.
Hari Om Tat Sat.
Om
Hari Om. That's it.
Hare